Hello, welcome to 10-Minute Tips. The topic for this session is copying courses and course content in Blackboard. To start with, I'm going to show you the course copy feature. So I'm going to go to the course that I want to copy and scroll down to the control panel under Packages and Utilities, Course Copy. Once I'm here, I can browse for the destination course and note that you do have to be enrolled as an instructor in the destination course in order to be able to select it in this menu. If you want to copy all the content over from one section to another, I recommend just choosing the Select All feature. This selects everything that you would need to copy over. And a couple of details to consider is, first of all, there are two options with the discussion board. One is including starter posts for each thread in each forum. What this would do is, if you're copying from a section that students already were active in into a new section, it's going to copy over all of the discussion postings that the students made as anonymous authors, and then you'll have to go in and delete them all. But if you included your own starter posts for discussions to get the conversation going, this would be the way to have those copy over into the new section. If you don't want any discussion posts to copy over so that you don't have to go in and delete them, then you can choose the second option. The next area that you need to consider is the file attachments area. The default setting is copy links and copies of the content. What this setting does is it copies over files that are linked from within your content areas. So for example, your syllabus would copy over if you've linked to it in your course. In other types of documents that have direct links, those files will copy over so that they're available in the new course. The first option, copy links to course files, should really never be used, because what happens is the hyperlink to the file copies over into the new course section, but the file itself doesn't copy over. So the link essentially breaks for your students. They won't be able to open those files. The third option is the one that you would choose if you have multimedia presentations, for example. So I'll show you in this particular course an example of what I mean here. In Unit 1, we have a presentation. This is a multimedia presentation that was created using a program called Articulate. But this would also hold true, for example, for Empatica presentations and for some types of Camtasia presentations. We have to choose this third option in this case because there are supporting files that need to be copied over in order for this presentation to actually play for students in the new course. If you don't choose this, but you keep it at the second one, and you have presentations from Articulate or Empatica, what will happen is students can click and they'll open a window in their browser, but nothing will show up on that window. It will be completely blank. And that's because all of the supporting course files that populate that window and make a playing presentation, those were not copied over. When you have this third option, you can also calculate the size of the course that you're copying over. So in general, you want to keep that size as low as possible. And you can also manage what files are copied over. So this is useful if you have a pretty big course, but you know that you don't need all of your files to copy over because some of them are outdated. So from this menu, you can click just the ones that you know you need. So for example, this Giving Presentations folder, that has all the supporting files that I need for that presentation to play. So I could just include a few that I know I need and submit. And then what happens is it actually recalculated the total package size. Now we're down to 219 megabytes. And then I click Submit. Blackboard will send you an announcement through your CSS email to let you know when the copy has completed. Another option is if you don't want to copy the entire course over, but just some activities. You can select from among the content areas, and content areas are links from this main menu that, here, this first area, that allows you to place content in your course. So for example, in this course we have actually just two content areas. There's a getting started area where we've got content, and learning activities where we've got each individual unit. Here you can see we've got 2 units in the course, and those are both within this one content area called learning activities. So the content areas copy process allows me to select just those content areas that are linked to from this left-hand side here. I can't actually go in and only copy Unit 2 because that's within learning activities. If, however, you had your units on the left side here linked directly from this menu, then you would see Unit 1, Unit 2, Unit 3 listed under the content areas that you can select from. You can also choose to have the adaptive release rules copy over. So for example, if you have Unit 2 set to only show to students when they've completed some of the activities in Unit 1, you can copy over those rules. You can individually just choose to copy over all the discussion boards, but you need to remember that if any of these have grades associated with them, a point value associated with them, you'll need to choose to copy grade center columns and settings as well. Otherwise, the discussions will default to having 0 point value. That's true with any graded assignments such as blogs or journals or assignments. You need to have the grade center columns and settings selected in order for those grading areas in the grade center and the point value to actually copy over. Another way that you can copy some types of content is from directly within the content areas. This is what's called an item. It would be like from the build content menu, you'd see this first option, the item option. You can actually choose to copy this and copy it into another course if you'd like to. And then from there you can actually go in and select individual folders where you want it to copy over. However, I've cautioned against doing this if you have any links to documents. So for example, here we have several links to documents that are within the course files. The links themselves will copy over, but those course files are not going to copy over, so the links will be broken. Students won't be able to open the files. Links to websites, however, will still work. For graded items like discussions and assignments, copying them in this way really doesn't work. So I can, for example, here's an assignment. I can move it from one unit to another within this course, but I can't copy it over into another course.